In the last episode, we discovered one of the most magnificent and fun urban piers in the US. Aside from the variety of activities, this roughly century-old pier offers some of the most stunning views of one of the largest skylines in the world. As we reach the end of the pier, we come across the elegant Aeon Ballroom with its 80-foot domed ceiling. And as we start to lose daylight, we headed back to the mainland and ran into a walkway that eventually led up to the fairly new and very impressive Riverwalk in Chicago. So much thought was put into the creation of this Riverwalk that even the entrance felt grandeur and was definitely done in good taste. And keep in mind that this Riverwalk is actually quite extensive and has many little details that you will see as we move along. And not to mention some of the best urban views that you can get from any Riverwalk around the world. Make sure and stay tuned till the end, as we will run into something fantastic that will likely surprise you. Built in the 2000s, this fairly new Riverwalk extends about 1.25 miles from the east end near Navy Pier all the way to the west end where the Chicago River splits. On this Riverwalk, you will find a plethora of activities including bars, restaurants, cafes, and even rentals for kayaks and boats. But the best thing on this Riverwalk, in my opinion at least, is towards the end, so stay tuned. It is a big surprise. As you can see, the city did a wonderful job designing the underpasses, adding to the beauty of this Riverwalk. And now we will see how this place comes to life at nighttime.
There's like no one
Few blocks into the walk, we close in on Chicago's second tallest building, as well as the historic Wrigley building, which was influenced by an even more historic cathedral in Sevilla, Spain. Almost 1,200 feet to the rooftop and at almost 1,400 feet to the top of the spire, this building is definitely one of the architectural masterpieces of the city. After the Trump Tower, we come across two more very symbolic towers of Chicago, and those are the Marina Towers. Completed in the 60s, the Marina Towers were the tallest reinforced concrete structures in the world at its time, and supposedly have almost no interior right angles, adding to the uniqueness of these structures. all this walking, it was time to juice up with a coffee from a little coffee shop called Tiny Tap to continue our journey. And now that I was juiced up, it was time to move on to the big surprise I was talking about. And we are just a few blocks away. And the surprise is one of the most amazing urban light shows you will ever see displayed on a massive, historic high-rise. We just have to go through one more underpass to get to this spectacular show. It was time to continue walking to reach the end of Chicago's Riverwalk at West End, which is what we see ahead of us where the river splits. And as we reach the end of the Riverwalk at West End, we can still see the light show going on behind us. On the West End, we also get a glimpse of Chicago's most notable building, which leads us to our next episode. This is an episode where I go to the top of a tower that is not only the tallest in Chicago, but also claimed the record of being the tallest in the world for about 2 decades. This is an episode you definitely don't want to miss, as we get to go on top of one of the highest observation decks in the world. We go up so high that as we are ascending, our height is compared to other notable massive structures in the world. Wait till you see the views and another very interesting surprise in the next episode.